Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Mercedes. In today's video, I have polishes to share with you all from Hella Handmade Creations for the month of October.
Show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet.
If you haven't heard of what Hella Handmade Creations is, it's a monthly collab between indie makers. They come together and they create limited edition items like nail polish, cuticle oil, hand creams, little trinkets. Similar to Pahlish Pickup, there is a theme, but instead of one giant common theme, Hella Handmade, the makers have the option to have their own theme, and they create polishes based off of their theme. And this goes on for a few months. I think it's like 4 to 6 months. Honestly, I think it's like 5 to 6 months, something like that. But it's a good time frame. So if you think about it, if you really enjoy a certain theme, right, from a specific maker, you can get those polishes each month, and then at the end of it, it's like you have a mini collection from that brand. Some of these items are capped, meaning that there's only a certain amount that are created, and once they sell out, that is it. You can no longer get your hands on them anymore. Hella Handmade Creations also has like an overpour section, so polishes that were available previous months that maybe didn't sell out completely. And they also each month, on top of their common theme that they do within their own brand, they also, Hella Handmade Creations does like a specific themed shop. So this month is Christmas related. So we have a couple Christmas inspired or holiday inspired polishes. Sometimes there's certain polishes that are created for donations as well. Hella Handmade Creations opens the 14th of every month, and then they close the 21st. Wish listing always opens the 1st of every month. So you have a lot of time to decide, you know, what you really want to get. You can, you know, lots of time to add things on your wish list, remove things, which is, I feel like, one of the best features, one of the best things about Hella Handmade. As always, I have a lot to share, so let's get into it. First up, we have 1422 designs, and this is I Hate Snow, priced at $13, and there's a cap of 100 bottles, and they are continuing their endangered species series. This one's inspired by the snow owl. It's described as a white crelly with pink, orange, gold, green shifting flakes, black flakes, and gold flakies. On that first coat, we got beautiful coverage with the amount of flaky distribution. On the second coat, we really built up the base color, and then again we got some more payoff with all of those flakies. I love how the pink, orange, and gold green shifting flakes sort of give us like that pond effect, and then those black flakies are just right on top but not taking away from the colors that we're seeing from underneath, or in between I should say. I built it up in 2 coats, and I was pretty happy with it, honestly. For a white crelly, sometimes it's hit or miss. Sometimes it's like 2, sometimes 3. Majority of the time, at least 3, because you're working with such a lighter color. But I was happy with this in 2 coats on my shorter nails. I think, honestly, 2 should be fine for everybody. And I love how we are seeing different colors with that base because we have so many flakies in here. So originally, it looked more like a drop of blue was in that base, or a little bit of beige, and then on the full manicured nails I was getting a lot of like a little bit of like jean vibes almost, with like some blue, not some blue, with some white in there. But really enjoyed this one. I think the flakies, those color shifting flakies, are just so beautiful sandwiched in here. I think a lot of people will enjoy this as well. Pictured are 2 coats of 1422 designs. Snow, I Hate Snow, with the glossy top coat. 1422 Designs is bringing us a holiday set, so this polish right here, and then there's going to be a cuticle and hand salve, which I'll show you the consistency of that salve in a second. But this polish, so it's going to be priced at $20 for both hand salve and the polish, and there's a cap of 50. So Sugar Plum Fairy is described as a whimsical purple polish with silver, pink, gold, green, teal iridescent flakes and gold sparkles. I did decide to go in for a 3rd coat because this is such a lighter, airier shade, very jelly-like. I think I'm going to recommend 3 coats for everybody, just to build up to that beautiful purple base that we're seeing right here. We're still going to get a lot of squishy vibes. The flakies that are in here, they definitely shift to the colors that are described. So you see silver, you see pink and gold. I see a little bit of green as well, but the intensity of the shift isn't very bold like we saw with the previous polish. but I think it plays along very well with the inspiration for the polish, the name of the polish. They're just very light and airy and fun and give you so much dimension. Really enjoyed this one. Very, very pretty polish. So here we have 3 coats of Sugar Plum Fairy with a glossy top coat. So 1422 Designs is going to bring us 2 of the cuticle in hand salves. The first one is going to be paired with Sugar Plum Fairy, and it's going to be obviously scented different. And then we're going to see this one right here, which goes along with their main theme. So do snowy owls like snow? The Sugar Plum Fairy scent is going to be a blend of banana cream pie. There's some lemon zest in there and peach and nectar. And then separately, so do snowy owls like snow? That one is scented in rainbow shaved ice, and that one you can purchase on its own at $6.50 with a cap of 50. But I don't have the Sugar Plum Fairy one because I have it in my purse because I love it so much. But this stuff just blends right into the skin. It just melts right into the skin. So it has shea butter, beeswax, jojoba oil, coconut oil, vitamin E oil, and skin safe fragrance oil. They smell divine. It's not overpowering. Now you don't need as much as you see here. A little bit goes a long way, but I love to just slab on a whole bunch, especially when I'm showing it off to you guys because I do swatch back to back. But love these. I actually haven't tried the SOS cuticle and hand salve until most recently. I'd say in the past like month, and I've been so obsessed. I have a few of them already, and I just want to give one to a coworker of mine who's been struggling with like dry hands and really dry cuticles, because it's just amazing. It just blends right in. Like I said, it's not greasy. Your skin is just going to soak it up. Really enjoyed this, and a little goes a long way. So this little pot that you have, this 10-ounce container, is going to last you a while. Next up is BCB Lacquers, and this is Sky Dragon, priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 300 bottles. And they are continuing their fairy tale series, this one's inspired by Wendy Marvel. It's a smoky blue crelly with blue-purple shimmer. Something about this polish, guys, it's just special. I don't know, like, you just watch me swatch it. It's just something about it I just really enjoyed. Now on the second coat, we are building up that beautiful smoky blue base. We definitely get those hints of purple because of the shimmer that's in there. I did go in for 3 coats. This is a crelly formula, so I felt like it definitely needed it. So I'm going to suggest 3 coats for everybody. Now look at that finished product. It is so bold, yet still very fitting if you can't wear like super bright colors to work. I don't know, just something about this is just so beautiful. It has this glow from within that isn't extra, but just enough. And I'm just loving the smokiness, the mysterious vibes that we're getting. It's just such a simple explanation for such a beautiful glowy polish. Pictured are 3 coats of Sky Dragon with a glossy top coat. BCB Lacquers is bringing us a holiday duo. It's going to be priced at $27, but it is going to be capped at 200 bottles. Now these are going to be sold together. You cannot purchase separately. Every duo is going to come with either a red or a green plaid bag for the Christmas spirit, the holiday spirit, so I love it. So this holiday duo is inspired by the Home Alone movies. This one is Where the Wet Bandits. It is a maroon crelly with red gold flakes and red, orange, green flakies. Now, this is like flaky jam-packed, okay, guys? So when you're polishing, please take that in mind and do not rush in between your coats. Now, I thought I was going to need a 3rd coat for this one. I really did, but it built up beautifully in 2 coats. Now, I don't know what kind of magic is in this polish, but it is giving beautiful glow vibes. It is just the perfect shade of red. I know it's described as a maroon crelly, but I definitely get like a nice fiery red vibe. I see maroon in sort of like the perimeters of my nails, just like that darker sort of shade. Now, even though the flakies are similar in color to our base, you can still see that we have tons and tons of flakies in here, and they're giving us a lot of depth and a lot of dimension. And we definitely see some of that orange, right? The orange is peeking through, just giving it all sorts of different like 3D vibes. Really enjoyed this one. I thought it was so fun and juicy and just so vibrant. Pictured our 2 coats of Wear the Wet Bandits with the glossy top coat. Now, the second polish in this duo is Credit Card, You Got It. It's described as a bright moss green crowley with red, orange, gold, green flakies. I think moss green is the perfect description for this polish. You can see on the first coat, we get lots and lots of flaky distribution. You're seeing the red, you're seeing the orange, and you're seeing that gold. On the second coat, whoa, like, come on, guys, look at that. Like, we are getting full opacity here, and just with the previous one, again, this is a very, very flaky dense, so please take your time with polishing so that you don't get bald spots and that, you know, your flakies don't move around and things get goopy and sticky. We don't want that. Wait between coats so they could dry. But this one is glorious. I love the Christmas tree green that we're getting, the gold, the red, the orange flakies definitely pop against this darker base. This is beautiful, not only for the holiday season, but I think also for fall, and I also think for the summertime too. The green isn't like a dull wintry green. It's still very bright and still very vibrant, but still so versatile because it's just that right type of green that you can wear all year round, I think anyways. Pictured our 2 coats of Credit Card, You Got It with a glossy top coat. BCB Lacquers is also bringing us their cuticle oil in Bacchus Spirit, priced at $8, and there's a cap of 150 of these. They are 6 ml pens, they're click pens, and they have a twist off cap, which I appreciate because I know it's not going to leak. This one has scents of apple, raspberry, champagne, lily, jasmine, peach, and sugar. You have jojoba oil, coconut, sunflower, avocado, almond oil, tea tree oil, and skin safe fragrance. This one, the smell was just so divine. I say this in every single video. BCB Lacquers, that was like way too much and just dripped everywhere. But they make amazing cuticle oils and the scents are always, always spot on. I just like to show this off so you guys can sort of see like consistency. I put way more than what I really needed to, and then I had that accident. But I always, anyways, intentionally add more cuticle oil than I would ever need just because my hands are always dry, and why not? But this one smells beautiful, such a lovely scent. They're so good. The scents are always so good. So if you haven't tried the oils, definitely try them, obviously for the amazing ingredients that they have, but also because the scents are just like amazing. BCB Lacquers is also bringing us a hurricane charity polish called Lean On Me, priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 300 bottles, and they will be donating $2 of every polish to the Red Cross. Lean On Me is a purple jelly with black, red, multi-chrome microflakes and hollow flakies. Now, I got this after I swatched majority of my HHC polishes, so nail length is completely different, and I was swatching when the sun was out, which is not like me. But this polish was absolutely stunning. It is for a great cause, so that is like a win-win right there. I built this one up in 2 coats. I think 2 coats will look lovely on everybody. I am really loving this multi-chrome finish. That black to red, it is just beautiful. And then mixing in with that purple base, it just does something different. It gives us this beautiful, like deep wine burgundy base, and then the hollow flakies in here are just stunning. It's like a sparkly glass of wine on your nails. Loved it. Pictured our 2 coats of BCB Lacquers Lean On Me with a glossy top coat. Cracked Polish is bringing us Magic, Not Miracles, priced at $13, and there's a cap of 200 bottles. They are continuing their Follow Me Down the Indie Rabbit Hole series. This was inspired by Mad Hatter's vibes, channeling the whimsical chaos of Johnny Depp's iconic blazer. This one is a reddened plum with pink and holographic shimmers and has just enough sparkle to remind you that sometimes it's magic, not miracles. I think that's so cute. I love that. I built this one up in 2 coats. I think long or short nails, 2 coats is going to work best for you. I'm really, really loving the base tones, the base color of this polish. I feel like it's just something different than what I've usually been seeing this time of year. I feel like it can take us into the holiday season. I mean, I know there's a lot of pink in here, but it definitely has those red undertones. And this is just like shimmer packed. There is so much shimmer. That's why, it builds up beautifully in just those two coats. But I'm loving the warmth and the coziness of this polish. I don't know, I can see myself wearing this in the in the winter months. If I want a little bit of color but still want to wear something vampy, I feel like this is just going to be perfect. Really, really enjoyed this one. Pictured are 2 coats of cracked polish, Magic Not Miracles with a glossy top coat. Cracked Polish is bringing us Icy Elegance for the holiday shop. This one's priced at $13 and there's a cap of 200 bottles. Icy Elegance is an icy gray lavender with silver shimmers and a soft ice blue magnetic pigment. Now, I didn't know that this one was magnetic because I usually swatch and then I will read the descriptions afterwards, which I'm trying to be better at reading first and then swatching. So you guys won't see it magnetized here, but there are some pictures up on the HHC website, and it just has this very, very soft blue like shift. Very, very pretty against this like gray, more neutral base. But I honestly thought it was beautiful built up on its own. I did go in for 3 coats just to sort of smooth and even everything out. You can definitely see those like blue pigments, just those like shimmers just trying to peek on through. Like that, it definitely has like that drop of blue in there. I don't wear these shades enough, but I really did love this. I feel like those icy gray mirror-like shades always look really good on me, but I always feel very intimidated wearing them. I don't know what it is, but I really enjoyed this one. I think it would be beautiful for the winter time, especially if you decide to magnetize it and give it like that nice soft blue effect. It'll look so beautiful. Pictured are 3 coats of Icy Elegance with a glossy top coat. Dawn Polish is bringing us a La Tour Eiffel. This one's priced at $13.50 and there's a cap of 200 bottles, and they are continuing their bucket list destinations, and this one's inspired by the Eiffel Tower. It's described as a soft curly pink with gold shifting shimmer, exactly as described. Beautiful on the first coat. The second coat, we are really building up to a nice softer pink peachier sort of base. There's a lot of gold shifty shimmer in here, so we're getting a very good glimpse at all of that beautiful shimmer. It almost leans a little bit orange, but I think it's because we're blending in with that pinker base. This one is such a nice palette cleanser after swatching so many like darker, vampier sort of shades. Definitely a palette cleanser for the winter time as well, especially if you love wearing darker shades like I do. This one is just so pretty. Like under these brighter lights, it looks more peach, but if I take it away from the brighter lights, I definitely see that softer pink base, and then I get a heaping amount of that beautiful gold, yellow, orange, shifty shimmer. Very stunning. I think this would look beautiful on the toes as a nice, just refreshing pedicure. I built it up in 3 coats. I'm going to suggest 2 to 3 for everybody. Pictured are 3 coats of Dawn Polish, La Tour Eiffel with a glossy top coat. Garden Path Lacquers is bringing us I Always Have Something to Say, priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 500 bottles. They are continuing their Bridgerton dresses series inspired by Lady Danbury's gorgeous berry multichrome dress in season 1. This one's described as a berry jelly base filled with fuchsia holographic micro glitters and a strong blue shifting aurora shimmer and holographic micro flakes. Garden Path Lacquers does it again, guys. Like, they are literally putting magic in bottles these past like 4, 5, 6, 7 months, maybe for the entire year of 2024. But oh my goodness, how beautiful is this? Built up beautifully in 2 coats. Loving the strong blue shifting aurora shimmer. It almost looks silver-like in certain types of lighting. I think it's just so much that is just heavily packed in there. It's just given us this beautiful like icy sort of vibe, and then you have it against this beautiful berry pink purple base, and the contrasting effect is just stunning. You can see like separately just those holographic micro glitters are just like peeking on through. You can see the different colors that are contrasting against the berry base. Such a beautiful shade, very bold, very vibrant, and just so much fun. I really enjoyed this one. Pictured are 2 coats of Garden Path Lacquers. I always have something to say with a glossy top coat. Jen&Berries is bringing us Hit Your Tits and Pucker Up, priced at $13, and there's a cap of 350 bottles. They are continuing the Expanse series with this polish inspired by Booby Gunner in air quotations Draper with her power armor. This one has a black jelly base with pink purple to gold shifting shimmer, holographic flakies, and subtle aqua sparks. That second coat, we just built up to full opacity. It was just like boom. I thought I was going to need a third coat for this one, but then when I went in with that second coat, I was pleasantly surprised of how amazing this formula was. This is your perfect vampy shade for the winter time. You throw in those holographic flakies and you know I'm going to be all for it, guys. Like, you know, loving these shifts that we're seeing. I see a little bit of green in there, even though it's not mentioned in the description. I feel like I definitely see a little bit of green. I see the gold. I see pink, a little bit of pink. Mostly the pink I don't see really like shifty. I just see a lot of that in the base. Really enjoyed this one. I feel like this would be beautiful for the holidays. It gives off this nice like velvety sort of look. I bet you this would look amazing matte. I didn't mattify it because I love glossy nails, but I bet you that if you mattify this polish, it's going to look like velvet, literal velvet on your nails. Yeah, it will. Really enjoyed this one. Pictured are 2 coats of Jen&Berries, Hit Your Tits and Pucker Up with a glossy top coat. Jen&Berries is also bringing us a Hurricane Charity polish, and this one is Pets Are My People, priced at $13.25, and there's a cap of 150 bottles. Jen&Berries will be donating $4 from each polish. It'll go to the Humane Society of the U.S. They're transporting cats and dogs to safety, helping them with animal shelters, providing food, and all of that. So I love that. We have polishes where we are getting contributions for people, and then, you know, contributions for our animals too. So love it. This one is described as a deep emerald base with a subtle green, soft green shimmer and holographic micro flakies. Now, I did go in for a third coat with this polish just because some of my other nails just looked like they needed that, just to sort of seal everything in and hide any like spots that I may have created while I was polishing. So I'm going to recommend 2 to 3 coats for everybody, depending on your preference and nail length and all of that. Honestly, probably 2 coats would be fine, but I was just being picky. But I'm loving this deep emerald base. I think it's so beautiful. I love dark colors on short nails. I just think it looks so classic. Now, I didn't really have a lot of sun this day, but I just had some overcast, so I have the window behind me so you guys can see. It's very shimmery, very sparkly. The holographic in here, I mean, they're micro flakies, so they're very tiny. If you have this out in the sun, you will get those rainbows, but a very small amount of rainbows, because, you know, these are tiny little flakies, but we definitely get lots of beautiful sparkle. Pictured are 3 coats of Jen&Berries, Pets Are My People with a glossy top coat. Next up, we have Owl Lacquer, and this is So That's Where Leaves Come From, priced at $13, and there is no cap, and they are continuing their Bob's Burgers series. This one is described as a pruggly yellowy green filled with crystal flakes that shift red, gold, green, and orange, yellow, green. I love that, like right off the bat, it's like, yep, this is a pruggly. But honestly, I don't feel like it's 100% a pruggly. There's a lot of yellow pigment in here, so I feel like it can go either way. You definitely get the drop of green, which makes it lean towards the prugglier side, right? But I feel like it goes either way. Loving the crystal flakies in here. We can see that beautiful shifts from red. We see gold. I see a little bit of pink too, and some orange in there. Really enjoyed the formulation of this polish. The flakies are just enough. They give us this beautiful like pond-like effect without taking away from that lovely base too. I think 2 to 3 coats will work best for everybody. Pictured are 2 coats of Owl Lacquer, So That's Where Leaves Come From with a glossy top coat. Next up, we have Pahlish, and this is Sailor Neptune, priced at $14, and there is no cap. And they are continuing their Sailor Moon series. This one's inspired by Sailor Neptune. It's described as a moody aqua packed with a molten red, pink green shifting shimmer. So we can see on the first coat we went on a little bit sheer, and then on the second coat we really built up that base. I love this base color. It is like this dusty teal, dusty green sort of base color. I don't know, it's just, I really enjoyed this sort of color. I love like dusty shades. But then the shimmer is packed to the brim. All right, we see red, we see pink, we see a little bit of green. I see some orange and some yellow and gold in there. I love the shimmer that Pahlish just throws into their polishes. It is always just jam-packed and in charge. I built it up in 2 coats. I think honestly for everybody it's going to be 2 to 3 just depending on your preference, but I was fine and happy with this polish in 2 coats. Really enjoyed this base color. I think probably out of all the polishes, the base color for this one is one of my favorites, but really enjoyed it. Just such a different base color. Pictured are 2 coats of Pahlish Sailor Neptune with a glossy top coat. Next up we have Penelope Luz, and this is Hectate, priced at $13, and there's a cap of 200 bottles. Now you can purchase this polish solo, or it is going to come as a duo, so you'll see that polish coming up next. So you have the option of purchasing separate if you wanted to. And they are continuing their Goddess of Mythology. This one is a dark, deep blue polish. So simple for such a beautiful bold shade, guys. Like, we have a beautiful amount of shimmer in here. It is like this aqua violet sort of shimmer. The base is just so dark and mysterious. Look at that. It is so inky and so vibrant. Oh, I mean, I know this is blue, but I feel like there's some drops of purple in here. Very velvet-like. This one also would be beautiful if you mattified it, which I didn't. But just looking at this footage now, like, I definitely think it would be glorious as a matte polish. 2 coats, I reached full opacity, and it's going to be beautiful. 2 coats on everybody. You really don't need a 3rd coat. It was glorious on its own. Pictured are 2 coats of Penelope Luz Hectate with a glossy top coat. Now, the second polish that you can purchase on its own or as a duo is Penelope Luz, and this is Goddess of Magic, priced at $12, and there's a cap of 200. This one is an orange magnetic with gold glitter, but man, is this something more than just that simple sentence. I did not expect to love this as much as I did. Look at how reactive that is, guys. It is like vroop in the middle. I'm here, I am ready. I love how we get so much concentration of that like coppery orange in the middle, but then we get that beautiful gold glitter just like sparsely along the nails, and it gives us like a starry night. But oh my god, how beautiful is this combo. I am so obsessed. At first, when I went to swatch it, I was like, I don't think this is going to look that great. But no, it is beautiful. It is glorious. It is lovely. I definitely am holding this duo aside so that I can wear it together at some point in time. Love this. Love it. I love the topper. Oh my gosh. I think it's just the topper that is selling me. Like, I don't think I've seen something so quick, like so quick to react, but still give such a lovely effect. I don't know. I just loved it, guys. I loved it. And I'm enabling, and I'm sorry, but I am not gonna lie. So here we're looking at 2 coats. No, we're looking at 1 coat of Penelope Luz, Goddess of Magic, topped over 2 coats of Penelope Luz, Hectate. For the holiday shop, Penelope Luz is bringing us a duo. The duo is I Love Xmas and Best Holiday. So here I'm showing off I Love Xmas. So there's actually, both of these polishes will be priced at $25, and there's a cap of 200. So I Love Xmas is a white crelly with a red orange shimmer and hollow flakies. This one had a lovely formulation for such a lighter color. It just went on so smoothly, and then just in a couple coats I was able to reach opacity. I love how we're getting a lot of that red orange shimmer peeking on through. It like blends into this white crelly base, giving us this like soft gray beigey sort of look, and just like a hint of blue in there. I feel like there's like a hint of blue. And then the hollow flakies are so soft, but they really do give some extra sparkle to this polish. So here we're looking at 2 coats of I Love Xmas with a glossy top coat. And then the second part of this duo is Best Holiday. And this one has red and black flakes and gold glitter. Now I'm going to show it over I Love Xmas, and then I'm going to show it over just a black, well, not black polish, but just a black swatch stick that I have. This is 1 coat. And oh my goodness, again, obsessed. Penelope Luz and the combos this month. I love it. I really do, guys. I'm definitely putting this one aside for my winter rack. I did not think these would pair so greatly together, but they did. Or I mean, in my opinion, they did. And I think it's that red-orange shimmer that we're seeing in I Love Xmas. I feel like it's really bringing out the best of this topper. Because we're able to see the red and the black flakies and just the gold glitter. Everything just mixes in so well together. Really, really enjoyed it. Now, this is Best Holiday, and I have a black swatch stick just so you guys can see how it would look over a darker color and the glow factor, right, guys? Like, beautiful. This definitely looks more Christmassy, more holiday. Like, I feel like we're getting more pink vibes, a little bit of purple too, over a darker base. I think it's beautiful over something light and beautiful over something dark as well. So that is the duo, the holiday duo for Penelope Luz. Rogue Lacquer is bringing us Never Neverland, priced at $13, and there is no cap. And they are continuing their Peter Pan series. Never Neverland is a taupe crelly with blue to purple shimmer, hollow flakes, and green glass flakies. The glow factor to this polish is just out of this world. It is just like popping on through, and my camera is like, hello, like what is going on right now? You can see in the center of my nail, even when this polish dries down, that the glow is still very, very intense. Now, because this is a crelly and it's a lighter shade, I did go in for a 3rd coat, and I was happy with 3 coats. I thought I reached full opacity, so I'm going to recommend 3 coats for everybody. I love the taupe base because we can see the shifts for sure, but what is really, really taking over is that blue to purple shimmer. The hollow flakies give this polish a beautiful sparkle, and then those green glass flakies, they're definitely there, but they blend in so beautifully with all of the other components in this polish, and it gives us this like gorgeous, like very ethereal, fairy-like finish. Really enjoyed this one. Very different, I feel like, from like what I usually see from Rogue Lacquer, but I'm loving it. Picture our 3 coats of Rogue Lacquer, Never Neverland with a glossy top coat. Victorian Varnish is bringing us Cold Fusion. This one is priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 100 bottles. They are wrapping up their Apothecary Peculiarities series. This was inspired by Wizarding Apothecary. I'm excited to see what's going to be coming up next for Victorian Varnish, but Cold Fusion has an eggplant to magenta leaning base, pink shimmer, black microflakes, ghost flakies, scattered hollow, and an assortment of glitters. A true kitchen sink polish for sure, guys, and you know I love my kitchen sink polishes. I love how all of these components just work seamlessly together. Sometimes when you think of kitchen sink polishes, you're like, oh my god, there's going to be too many components, everything's going to be thick and too goopy. But no, this one, everything just blends in, it's seamless. I love how we have this darker vampire shade, but it still has some color to it. You see like the magenta, the purple, a little bit of pink in there, so it really brings out a lot of the features to this polish. And if you love wearing your vampire shades in the colder winter months and you want something with a little bit of color, I feel like this would be a great option because it has that lovely fun color to it as well. It is a very sparkly polish because we have that scattered hollow in there. We have different assortment of glitters, the micro flakies, the ghost flakies. We can definitely see all of those flakies, but it's not overbearing, right? There's not too much going on in one nail at once. It's just the right amount of components, and I love it. And I love how sparkly it is. Pictured are 2 coats of Victorian Varnish, Cold Fusion with a glossy top coat. For the holiday shop, Victorian Varnish is bringing us a duo or a set actually. So their glossy top coat, their sticky base coat, and then of course stickers. So the glossy top coat is called Illuminate. It is a 5 free glossy top coat. It is legit the perfect amount of thickness. So it's definitely one of those glossy top coats where you have enough thickness to give you a plump, juicy look. I absolutely love it. I've used it plenty of times already. And then Tacky Trousers is a fast drying tacky base coat. I've also used this recently, and I definitely had my manis lasting for probably a couple more days than they usually would. So I enjoy both of these together. And then the stickers, of course. We have our festive decorated steampunk deers. I adore all of the stickers from Victorian Varnish. They all have this beautiful detailing to every single image. Like, they're just amazing. And then the glitter, I guess it's like a hollow reflective sheen that the stickers always have. I really enjoy that as well. But these are the 2 adorable stickers that you will get in the holiday set from Victorian Varnish. Next up is Zombie Claw, and this is Chemical Extreme, priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 100 bottles. And they are continuing their Powerpuff Girls series inspired by Chemical X. This one is a sheer brown base with electric blue shimmer that glows in the dark blue. I don't have glow-in-the-dark pictures for you guys, but you should probably be able to see those on the website. Electric blue shimmer and Zombie Claw go hand in hand. I feel like they are the pros when it comes to that electric blue shimmer. I built this one up in 3 coats. I think 3 coats will work best for everybody. We can still see some of that brown sheen, some of that brown base, just like glowing from within, but because this electric blue shimmer is jam-packed in there, we're getting a lot more of that, you're going to be able to see more than that brown base. I feel like we're getting dusty vibes, but still very vibrant electric vibes as well. I thought this was a beautiful polish. This will be wonderful in the wintertime. Beautiful for when you want something glowy, not too much, but something with like a little pop of shimmer and sparkle, and just a right amount of depth in shadows. But really enjoyed this one as well. Picture are 3 coats of Zombie Claw Chemical Extreme with a glossy top coat. And last but not least, we have by Dany Vianna, and they are continuing their fruits basket theme. And I wasn't sure what that was, so I looked it up, and it's an anime show, and it actually looks really cute. I think there might be like a romance story. If you've watched it, let me know. I don't know if it's like a couple episodes, a season, a couple TV shows. I'm not sure. So let me know. But this one is called First Sunrise Together. So there's going to be a second polish. So there'll be a duo. The polish will be capped at $100, individually $14, or you can purchase the duo together, also capped at $100 for $26. First Sunrise Together has a sheer blue base with sparkling large particle gold to green aurora shimmer. As you can see, I built it up in 3 coats. It does have a sheer base, so there is going to be some nail line visible for my long nail friends. But honestly, if you love a good heaping amount of like sparkly aurora shimmer, you're going to love this one. Even though this one was a little more sheer than what I'm used to wearing, I am in love with all things sparkly and glowy, and this one was definitely up my alley. We're getting a lot of that green to gold shifty aurora shimmer. The base, the sheer blue base, we can still see the blue peeking out from underneath, but we are getting a lot more of that gold to green shifty shimmer. This one was beautiful, and I can imagine how glorious it's going to look over black. I didn't have time to show you guys that, but I can just imagine it's going to look stunning. Pictured are 3 coats of by Dany Vianna, First Sunrise Together with a glossy top coat. Here's the second polish in the duo. This one's always connected and is described as a gray jelly base with blue aurora shimmer. This one, I loved the formula. I thought it was going to be just as sheer as the first polish, but it actually wasn't. This formula was a little more creamier and very easy to work with. We're getting a lot of that Blue Aurora shimmer. It is super glowy and very finely milled, and it's giving us that nice, wonderful glow. I built it up in 2 coats. I think long or short nails, 2 coats will work best for you. It applied so smoothly, and I loved it. It did dry down a little bit darker than what I was seeing in the bottle, but I'm not mad at that because I really loved the finished look. It's this beautiful grayish blue color, and even though for me I would consider this like a more of a neutral shade like neutral for me, I thought it was so stunning because it still gave off a bold look without being overbearing. But really enjoyed this one. Loved the glow and the shimmer in here. Pictured our 2 coats of by Dany Vianna, always connected with a glossy top coat. And by Dany Vianna is bringing us for Christmas to the holiday shop. This polish is going to come with a cute little bag, cute little like makeup pouch. So both that and the polish will be $26, and there'll be a cap of $50. This polish is inspired by Michael Bublé's song Christmas Baby Please Come Home, and I know we all know that. You all have to know that song. But this polish is described as a white sheer curly base with red and emerald metallic shreds. Love this one, super cute. I built it up in 2 coats. I could have went in for a third and had a more crisp white base. But I decided to keep it at 2 to give me a nice bouncy, squishy look. And the metallic shreds in here are just, I love it. It's so simple, right? So Christmas-like, but it's just enough to give you a nice, pretty manicure. I love how we get a squishy, bouncy base, like this milky white base, and then the metallic shreds are shiny and smooth, and it gives a nice contrasting effect. Almost sort of reminded me of like snowflakes in a way. Like we could have just got the typical like circle glitters, but I like the metallic shreds because it just gives like icicle vibes, just more winter vibes. Really enjoyed this one, super cute, and I kind of want to put it on my winter rack. Pictured are 2 coats of For Christmas by Dany Vianna. Guys, I have a lot of favorites and I'm looking over now to where the other polishes are, and I want to include more, but I'm gonna be strong. I'm like looking at these polishes now. All right, Penelope Luz, killed it. Okay, these 2 together. Okay, we have Hecate and then we have Goddess of Magic Topper together. Magnificently beautiful. Loved them. The magnetic topper was beautiful. I really, really enjoyed the dark and depthness of this polish, and then you put this one over it and it was just like gloriousness. Is that even a word? Probably not, but it's okay. Love them. Ugh, really, really enjoyed this. This is definitely like a winter holiday-ish sort of manicure, so yes. And then the other 2 from Penelope Luz, like, these are not my kind of polishes, guys. I don't usually go for these sorts of things. I don't usually go for these sorts of colors and shades, and honestly, toppers, I love toppers. I do like toppers, but they're not the first thing that I'm gonna pull for because I'm very like in a rush, get my manicure done, make it look nice kind of girl. But I will take my time, okay? This by itself is beautiful. This with the topper, even better, okay? Loved it. I want to wear this as a full manicure on both of my hands. It has to go on my winter rack. It has to go on my winter rack. I cannot forget about these, so I need to put them aside. Jen&Berries, this is Hitch Your... Jen&Berries, I'm like laughing to myself because I forgot the name of this polish. Hitch Your Tits and Pucker Up. I loved this. Look at these beautiful shifts. The hollow flakies in here, the darkness, the vampiness. Ugh, This is just gonna be beautiful for the winter time. The holiday duo from BCB Lacquers, like, come on. Both of these together, imagine doing like a Skittle for Christmas. This would be beautiful. I would just wear them solo on their own. So like this one by itself and then this one, you know, on a different day. You could, if you wanted to do like 2 different hands. I don't usually like to do that. So I would wear this solo first and then like decide if I want to wear this on a different day or something. But loved the formulation for both of these flaky polishes, and the colors are just beautiful. Garden Path Lacquers. I always have something to say. Garden Path Lacquers, they just been putting magic in their bottles, like the glow. I don't know if they have like a special box where all this glow factor is in, and they're just whipping out that box and dumping it into their polishes, but oh my God, lately they've been killing it. And I've been saying this for a while now. This one was absolutely stunning. Cracks Polish, Magic Not Miracles. Oh my God, this was just so beautiful. The perfect amount of sparkle, the perfect amount of vampiness. Really love the formula. Oh, it's just like this in-between color of like maroon, brown, red. It's just beautiful for the holidays, beautiful for winter time. Guys, I feel like I can keep going and literally name all of the polishes. But I'm not. I really did enjoy all of them. Really, truly, really, truly. These fall months, guys. These makers are killing us. There are so many beautiful polishes. Let me know what you are planning on wishlisting, what you are planning on purchasing. This is just a few polishes that are going to be available on the HHC website. So go check it out. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next one.